Hey guys, this is Jessie from the Awakening channel. I was looking at this article today, just checking it out. It's about NASA that confesses to dosing Americans with airborne lithium and other chemicals. These guys are spraying us like cockroaches. Let's check this out. Okay, this is from Waking Times. Okay, there's the official explanation for why NASA is spraying lithium, a pharmaceutical drug most often used to treat people with manic depression or bipolar disorder, into our ionosphere. And then there is probable reasons. It would be easier to accept NASA's official explanation if they were not so secretive about everything they study and do. But one thing is for certain, NASA's own personnel have admitted that lithium, along with other chemicals, are intentionally being placed into our environment regularly. It is possible that many of NASA's own employees aren't even aware of the true motivations for carrying out such a project, ironically displaying the very behaviors that these pharmaceuticals, are meant to instill. In the bombshell video, a NASA employee, Douglas E. Rowland of NASA Gov, admits that lithium is being sprayed in the atmosphere and says that it is harmless to the environment. Of course he would say that. He's from NASA. Okay, he's not going to say it's endangering people, but anybody knows lithium, what it is. Mind-altering. Anyways, before I give you NASA's official explanation of why they are spraying psych meds over hundreds of thousands of Americans, you guys hear this? I'd like to point you to some references so that you can do your own research and discover this is no conspiracy theory. It is very real, and there is ample scientific documentation to corroborate what I put forth here. A PubMed abstract titled feasibility, I'm sorry guys, I know I didn't pronounce that right. Anyways, of aerosol vaccinations in humans, discusses how an increase in antigen volumes can be beneficial in aerosol delivery of vaccines and could be used in developing countries and disaster areas. The abstract also admits that several thousand human subjects have already been aerosol vaccinated with live attenuated measles and influenza A vaccines. Can you believe this crud, guys? The executive summary further states that aerosol vaccinations are ideal for large populations. Aerosolized vaccines against measles states that these vaccines were tested on children in India that were as young as 9 months old. The World Health Organization has been researching aerosol vaccines for years now, as have philanthropic agencies which have clear aims to sterilize, you hear that guys, the population. It is also worth noting that the pharmaceutical industry has been absolved from any legal responsibility, well of course, for medicating the masses since they were awarded legal protection from all lawsuits by Congress in 1986. This law was challenged but upheld by the Supreme Court in 2011. Oh, yeah, they're all in on it, guys. They're all in on it. Many powerful agencies are making sure that we take our medicine. In fact, many nations are participating in our unwitting forced vaccination and the dumping of any number of attenuated viruses, chemical concoctions, other chemtrails on our heads with dogged frequency. The Office of Gene Technology Regulator considered giving a license application to PaxVax Australia for the intentional release of GMO vaccines consisting of live bacteria into the environment in Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia, and Victoria. They plan to release cholera on their people. Can you believe this craziness? According to the regulator, this GMO vaccine qualified as a limited and controlled release under Section 50A of the Gene Technology Act 2000. Of course, we can't ignore the USA. Mike Greenwood wrote an article stating that the incidence of human West Nile virus cases can be significantly reduced through large-scale aerial spraying that targets adult mosquitoes, according to research by the Yale School of Public Health and the California Department of Health. So hopefully we've established that this is happening, but why? As more nations refuse genetically modified food and refuse to drink fluoridated water, which has been named as a neurotoxin by one of the world's premier medical journals, the power structure that desires a complicit population has to figure out a way to alter our neurochemistry. Lithium alters how we think by changing the levels of serotonin and norepinephrine secreted by our endocrine system. Lithium strongly alters the brain system, yet the NASA employee in the above video states that this is not dangerous and doesn't harm the population. Even doctors who normally prescribe this medication for the mentally ill have said that it is dangerous because it is hard to figure out proper dosing. Surely spraying copious amounts of lithium indiscriminately into the air via aerosols should be questioned, but there's NASA's official stance on this practice. The project is studying neutral and charged particles in the ionosphere and how each affects the way the other moves, resulting in currents in the region. The variations matter because all of our communications and GPS satellites send signals through the ionosphere. A disturbed ionosphere translates to disturbed signals, so scientists want to know just what causes the ionosphere to behave in a specific way. Meanwhile, should the over-medicated start to actually figure out what is being done to them, the government has imposed gag orders. You hear this, guys? On the National Weather Service and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, who might easily refute the ridiculous claims of NASA. The U.S. Navy admits to conducting electromagnetic warfare drills over the Olympic Peninsula. Reader submitted photo right there. Notably, every single person who works for NASA, the NWS, or the NOAA are paid with the taxpayer dollars. This means that we are paying to be medicated and poisoned. Here to corroborate information being given by the NASA employee in the video is the code 8440RMMO, which states the exact purpose of using Wallop's flight facility to launch a rocket containing lithium thermite. The primary purpose of the mission was to test the loading methods for lithium canisters to be flown on the upcoming Kodiaki and PFAFF, whatever that is, missions, and verify their functionality under sounding rocket launch and space flight conditions. Well, I'm going to go down more. Here we go. If you wanted to medicate the masses to create mindless slave-like prisoners who didn't even know they were imprisoned, this is surely a good way to do it. Spraying lithium into our skies, along with countless other bacteria, viruses, prions, parasites, fungi, carcinogens, toxins, hormone-altering drugs, anti-flora, and antifauna, as well as gene-altering microdust, is nothing more than biowarfare against the world's citizenry. You can call them chemtrails or something else. The effect is the same. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest, but you guys get the picture. We don't start fighting this soon. This is they're spraying lithium on us, for God's sake. We'll be hallucinating, all kinds of stuff. This is not good, guys. Start fighting this. We need to start getting together and fighting this. This is bad, real bad. Thanks for watching.